Hey y'all, she's going to be joining us today. I think I've named her before, but I don't remember her name anymore because I'm never good with names. But hey girl. Hello, my Aries. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and I'm going to be doing your weekly messages. Now, when it comes to my messages, or my readings rather, I always ask the individual to rely on their intuition because I like to speak in examples. I like to use, I might use a love situation, but for you it may be pertaining to a work situation, right? And when I speak of love, it could just be a friendship, a platonic thing, right? Because you love your best friend, right? So if this reading does, I cannot speak apparently right now. If this reading does give you a sense of direction or gives you an aha moment, I really do enjoy hearing you guys' feedback in the comments below, letting me know which card resonates with you. I always like to keep up with you guys, and I have been doing a pretty good job at keeping up and commenting with you guys. So I always appreciate it when you guys give me a like and subscribe if the reading does resonate, because it helps out my channel a lot. And yeah, I appreciate the energy that you guys put into doing that for me. So I'm going to be doing three rows for us, like normal. First couple of rows is we're going to be talking about maybe past energies and residuals from the past, rather. Your current situation, what is to come, and then your last row, the row that I'm shuffling for right now, is suggestion from Spirit of what it is that you should be working on for this week, because I can tell you what's coming, but if you don't know how to go about it, if you don't know what to do to work on, you won't be able to accomplish whatever it is that was coming, right? If you're trying to receive your blessings, if that makes sense. So let's just jump into this reading. We have the Nine of Fire, the Justice card, and Two of Water for your first row. Oh, Aries, what is going on? Knight of Coins, the Death card, and the Ace of Cups inverted. Okay, so I'm going to read off Nine of Fire first. We have don't give up, protect what you've created, and have courage and to believe in yourself. Paired with the Knight of Coins as the clarifier for you, Aries. So this is letting me know right off the bat that I feel like there's some kind of territory that you don't know where the right move is. This is something completely new for you. You're experiencing some type of new experience of some sort. And I feel like it's through a phase of some type of closure. Like you weren't anticipating some type of closure, or you weren't anticipating some type of, because when you have the Knight of Coins, this is like youthful energy. And so when you have it paired with the Nine of Fire, it's Spirit's really giving you an emphasis of trying to it's almost like if you fall, Spirit's there to pick you back up and be like, no, keep on going. And I feel like it's one of those, it's a thing where you don't really want to deal with, sort of thing. The imagery that comes to mind, it would be like an example of someone that's working out, and your trainer, I completely forgot what you would call someone at the gym, personal trainer that's training you, is just pushing you. So when you put down that weight, saying you can't do any more reps, Spirit or your personal trainer's coming in and being like, yes, you can. You have to continue on doing this. This is kind of necessary. With the Justice card number 8, so write that down for numerology. It's interesting. With this Justice card coming in, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, and standing up for your beliefs. So you have two different cards asking you to stand up for your beliefs. And when you have it paired with the Death card, though, for your Justice, it's almost as if there's a closure of some sort, and you have to be sure of yourself. Or we'll see. Let's look into this third pile. We have the Two of Water paired with the Ace of Cups inverted. So the Two of Water talks about forgiveness and a relationship continuing to grow closer, and the positive resolution to a conflict, paired with the Ace of Cups. So this first row is kind of talking to me about some type of social dynamic. I feel like this is kind of this theme of what it is that's going on for your first two piles. It's almost telling me, and with the Ace of Cups inverted, it's like you're going through some pain right now. You're going through a learning phase with somebody that you hold close to you. And it's almost like you weren't anticipating this. Because it's with the Knight of Coins, coins is foundational energy. This is new territory for you. And so it's I can't help but say it's like because the cards quite literally speaks of like a positive resolution to a conflict. This is letting me know that like the death of some type of phase is important for you. It's almost like one of those tough love conversations. Does that make sense? Because it's like if this was just like a fight, we would be seeing a lot more sword cards or air cards if it was just like talking about a fight and nothing positive happening. But when you have the Two of Water, it speaks on a close relationship and it pushes forgiveness. It pushes for you to find like the positive resolution to a conflict, to see it from all sides. It's almost like telling you with the Nine of Fire and the Justice card asking you to stand up for yourself and do what you know is right. It's almost as if like they're trying to tell you to not internalize something going on, not internalize this conflict or whatever this combination is talking about for you, Aries, and they're asking you to look at the bigger picture on things, full moon in Sagittarius, right? They're asking you to look at the bigger picture on things. If you're feeling a little bit too emotional or emotionally invested in something, maybe it's because you're not looking at the bigger picture on something. You need to show the world the real you, right? Because I feel like maybe there's like a part of you where it's just like, that's another push. There's just like owning yourself during this. So maybe it's like during this tough love conversation, it could be either or. Maybe you had a tough love conversation with someone or someone had a tough love conversation with you. You know, those kind of conversations aren't wonderful to have, but it's worth it in the end because we have the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off paired with this conflict, paired with this interaction with some type of individual going on here. So I feel like this tough love conversation was essential for this connection to continue. Does that make sense? It's if this is just like a conflict or where it's just like, oh, like needing to cut something out, different cards would be reflecting this. So let's get into your second row. We have the Sun card inverted, the Knight of Swords, and then the Ace of Swords inverted. Aries, y'all are going through a moment. You guys are definitely going through a moment. I'm not used to having so many inverted cards in a spread like this. And it kind of bums me out in a sense because it's like with that Sun card being inverted, when I say inverted, it means upside down. I'll hold it up so you can see it properly. The Sun card is usually the best card in the deck, but when it's inverted, it's almost as if maybe, dare I say, like you lost your sun, you lost your spark through this tough love conversation. And it's something that you didn't want to really have to do because I feel like you didn't want to have this kind of conversation. You didn't want to have this confrontation because this Knight of Swords comes in where it's just like, this is like new territory for you. And Ace of Swords being inverted as well. There's like a level of disempowerment. So yeah, this is so far looking like a reading, just like you guys are just like going through some lessons, it seems. You're going through some lessons and it's like, this lesson's going to like make or break you. Almost. We have four clarifiers for this row. So we have Seven of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Aries, I'm going to call you out right here because I've had this deck for almost 10 years now. So I already know like the vibration. Whenever this card comes forward, this is overthinking nature. This is overthinking nature. So what this is telling me, it's like these seeds that are being planted were planted because of this confrontation, this tough love conversation. So either you're overanalyzing what happened or the other party's overanalyzing what happened. I guess it kind of depends on who is the receiving end of this tough love conversation. And maybe both things came to light on both ends, right? When you open up that kind of conversation, you know, yeah, you speak your mind, but then that opens up the channel for the other person to speak their mind or other persons, right? Or if this is pertaining to like a work. No, I can't even wrap this around work. I don't feel like this is about work. I truly don't. I feel like this is about some type of social relationship because of that Two of Water. This Page of Fire coming in. This is talking about a new, an exciting new endeavor. This is letting me know that this was meant to be. Pages represent like the beginning of a new phase. With this, I feel like it was almost essential for you. This is like a kick in the rear almost. You know, I feel like you needed to have this type of confrontation happening to get you further. While yeah, like you may feel disempowered right now because this is like, you may not feel like you lost your light. You feel like you lost your light, but you actually didn't, you know. Don't, I'm gonna be blunt here and say, don't be dramatic about it. because we have the Five of Water. Things not turning out the way you'd hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. Now, y'all, if you receive any of my readings, y'all know that I'm not here to spare feelings. I'm here to have a change in y'all's lives and to help you guys out in your lives. So I'm not going to spare your feelings in this. I really do feel like you guys are, with how this energy is, where it's like Spirit's trying to pick you back up in the first row, asking you to be yourself and be like, no, 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 keep going, this is good. With how these cards are playing, and especially with this Five of Water, you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself in a little bit. You're having a little bit of a pity party, which is fine, right? It's fine to have your feelings, but don't treat that as factual. You know, it's one of those things where you are allowed to feel your feelings, because if you don't express them, if you don't feel them, then it's going to be pent up and it's going to come out in some type of toxic way, right? So it is important for you to feel your feelings, Aries, but you know, it's one of those things I really want you to consider, of like looking at the bigger picture. I'm getting teary-eyed. Like, I always get teary-eyed when I know like it's something spiritual. That's ever since I was like a little kid. I know when something's spiritual because I'll get teary-eyed. I'm not even like crying or anything. It just comes to me. And so I really want you to listen, Aries. I'm really saying this out of the bottom of my heart. Even though you feel like you lost your light right now through this experience, whatever it is, whatever your story is right now, Aries, something magical is starting because of this. I feel like it's kind of igniting you in a way, because I also pulled the Magician card, Archangel Raziel, number 1, write that down for numerology. And the Magician card is like the jack of all trades. I almost feel like you needed to have this conversation, because this is how you get to your magician moment, where you manifest, because that's what the magician is. The magician makes the decision of how they want to create their life and be filled with abundance. And I feel like you're not seeing it, right? The Five of Water and the full moon in Sagittarius is telling me that you're not seeing it. You're not seeing the bigger picture on everything, because you're just so stuck in your emotions. You're so stuck on paying attention to the 3 glasses that spilt over, that broke, and not paying attention to the 2 that were filled. And I feel as if it's one of those times where it's just like, you only had 5 cups to begin with. This is 10. You only had 5 cups to begin with. You know, the only way, it was almost as if like the way that you get your 10 of cups, right? The beautiful number for like marriage and just like abundance and all kinds. The only way to get your 10 of cups is by having to get rid of some stuff, right? You have to clean some dishes before you can bring in some new ones. And you were hanging on to some cups, I feel like. So there's just like I don't know, I feel like this is just all part of the process. And I know it's a lot easier for me on this end, just reading some tarot cards, saying it's like, to like keep it moving, because this is such inspiring energy, in the sense of like things like I can see the bigger picture in it because I see the cards, but like Spirit's really trying to push for you to see the bigger picture in it as well, because it's like this can make or break you, as I said before, in terms of, are you going to allow this to defeat you, right? Or are you going to allow this to make a magician moment for yourself? The Cat card, it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over dependency on others. This is a codependency card. So maybe this is really affirming for this 2 of Water energy that I pulled before. It's like someone close to you. So it's like it kind of shook your foundation. It's like one of those tough love conversations. And then it was like, because like you were so close to them, I don't know, it's like a different dynamic that had to come into play almost. And I do feel this way because for your last row, the Tower card, Knight of Cups, and then the Hierophant and upside down, inverted, is for you. And this is, remember, the row of what you need to be working on this week. And what I'm getting from this is like, you're going through a tower moment. This is very much so a tower moment in terms of like the dynamic of how you handled something with somebody, or how you go about maneuvering through just your everyday, because I speak on it through like a social dynamic, but I really feel like it is so much bigger than that. I feel like this is like a very focused situation that it starts, but it's like it's through this situation that it starts reflecting every other aspect of your life. And so if you fine-tune that, if you improve on this rather than internalizing this hurt, this tower moment can be beautiful for you. And so when you have the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant being inverted with the Knight of Cups, this is letting me know of like, this is really like the energy of like, because the Hierophant represents higher knowledge, the Knight of Cups is just like youthful energy in terms of like that emotion. So it's kind of like almost like a decision of like, you're making like the biggest mistake that you could do is not learning from this situation, that you had this tough love conversation with Aries. Your biggest mistake that you could do is to not allow this to transform you in a beautiful way. If you refuse to have this tower moment happen, like this tower moment's happening regardless. It may have already happened for some of you. And it's up to you to decide if this tower moment's going to be something that uplifts you and gives you that ability to be that magician, right? Or is this tower moment going to completely just like take out your sun and you're just going to not learn from the situation? And I don't know what happens, right? You know your story. The rest is kind of history at that point, right, Aries? So, not the happiest reading, but I think it's a good reading in the sense that whoever does receive this reading, I really do think it's going to change your perspective. Hopefully, I really do feel like this is such a good like learning experience for you, because I feel like that like with this magician card, I can't help but feel like this could really empower you to do something big in a beautiful way. But I hope this reading was helpful to you, Aries. Remember, if this reading was helpful to you, let me know in the comments below how and which card called out to you the most, and to give me a like and subscribe. But until next time, Aries, I love you so much. Bye.